conditional use to allow a principal recreational use for walking paths. This is a continued case. Testimony was relative, I believe, completed in the prior hearing, but we requested certain new and clearer exhibits. I have 3 exhibits today. One is a narrative, which I'll take as today's date, Exhibit 1. The second is a site plan, which I'll take as Exhibit 2. And I don't know what this third one is.
Sure.
It's just some kind of a sketch showing the various PIN numbers that comprise this single use for the various parcels. So I'll take that as Exhibit 3. Then I'll call on the representatives of Molex. Would you identify yourselves, please?
This is Jeff Pleiter, Jeff Pleiter. I'm with Patrick Engineering and an authorized representative for Molex. We've prepared the 3 exhibits that you have in front of you today. Our office is at 55 East Monroe, Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, next.
So
The next person, just identify yourself.
Eddie Oseguera, EDDIE OCEGUERA, 2222 Wellington Court, Lisle, Illinois. And I'm the facilities manager for Molex.
Next.
My name is Alyssa Garcia. ALYSSA and I'm the facilities coordinator for Molex.
Is there one more person there? All right, I don't need, if there's somebody else, I'm not gonna include them because they haven't identified themselves. So, to the gentleman from Patrick Engineering, I have these 3 exhibits. Do you have any other exhibits that you wanna include in your file?
no,
All right, and you're relying on the testimony presented at the last hearing, which was a little bit abstract, but
yeah, I was not at the last hearing, so
oh, so you don't know.
Eddie was at the last hearing, correct?
Correct. I was at the last hearing.
And are you relying on the information presented at the last hearing as your testimony for today's hearing?
We updated some of the requests that we had last time, so a better map. So I think some of the stuff that we used in the past, we would no longer consider relevant.
Okay, fine. Anything else?
No.
All right, I'll close the hearing and you'll get a decision in the next couple of weeks. Thank you very much. Call the Rektorski case, which is 24024. We have a variation to allow a 6-foot, 100% closed privacy fence within the 10-foot corner side yard setback. Secondly, a variation to allow a 6-foot, 100% closed privacy fence within the 30-foot front yard setback. And the matter was published in the Daily Herald on April 30 and heard May 15 and continued to today's date. There are no objections from anyone in the county. One of these variations, namely the first request for variation, is no longer necessary because the ordinance has been changed to accommodate this same issue. I have, or same relief that's requested. I have a site plan here, which is 1993 survey, which is a little more than a year old, which is what we usually require. And on that survey, there's some hash marks presumably indicating the location of the fence. So can I ask people to identify themselves who are here for this petition.
Hi, my name is Brian Rektorski, and I'm the owner of the house looking for the fence.
Okay,
I'm Lisa Cathcart, Great Bank Trust Company. We have a property in trust that is on Lennox.
you're with a trust company? Did
Yes,
you say?
we're trustee of a trust that owns the property on Lennox.
But it's a different property,
Correct.
someplace on Lennox. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Mr. Rektorski. I have your exhibit. Is that the only exhibit that you're providing today?
Yes,
And what it's is this supposed to be, is this fence there now?
no, there was a wood picket fence and I removed that. And that was going around the whole property. So
Okay.
the vinyl 6-foot fence will just be on the side yard.
Okay, why do you need this fence?
We've got 3 little kids, 2 dogs that would escape out of the 50% open. They're smaller dogs. Just looking for some safety and privacy for the family.
What do you know about line of sight issues, if anything?
Should be all clear. Ed, the highway commissioner, came out yesterday and approved it.
Okay, I guess I have
Person.
that, Township Highway Department says that they had an objection, but they no longer have an objection to the fence plan for 940 South Road.
There was confusion. Originally, he thought it was going to be where the wood picket fence was, which was further towards the street. It was only maybe 5 feet from the street, and now it's 22 feet back at its closest and 25 feet at its furthest from the street.
How long have you lived at this property?
My wife's grandparents have owned it for about 50 years, and we bought it from them just not too long ago, a couple years ago.
Did you get a survey when you bought it 2 years ago?
No, we bought it as is.
Without a survey?
Correct.
Did you get title insurance?
Yes.
Okay. Miss Cathcart, do you have anything that you wanna?
I just want to ensure that, I don't know the exact location of this property, but is it on the corner of Lennox?
Yes, on the corner of Lennox and South, according to the 1993 survey, and I don't imagine that's changed.
So
But
my
who knows what
client
else we have?
is at 5705. She has informed me that it was a slightly dilapidated house. If this is the house next door, they had put up that wooden picket fence on partially on her, a foot over on her property. But she said she didn't, so if this is the house in question, I would just like to make sure that, and maybe a survey needs to be done to make sure that that is not an issue.
I think you're talking about the house on the other corner of the street on Lennox.
Okay,
That house just went up for sale and it's
yes,
falling apart.
okay.
Ours
so
is not.
Okay,
So then you don't have any remarks about this particular
No.
request, Ms. Cathcart?
no,
All right, well, this is a pretty skinny record. It's Mr. Rektorski, a penciled up 1993 survey. It's a little bit ambitious to suggest that you're gonna rely on that. And the testimony that you gave is, well, this is kind of what I want. But you didn't really address the zoning issues that are required to be addressed. I'll try to ferret them out as best I can from the record that you attempted to make. And unless you have anything else, I'll close the hearing and render a decision within 2 weeks, and then it'll go to the County Development Committee and finally the full county board. Okay,
Sounds good. Thank you.
right, thank you. Variation. The required setback for a new fence from approximately, the required 3 feet to approximately 0 feet. The house is, the lot is about 0.29 acres. Matter was published in the Daily Herald on June 25th, 2024. I have no comments or objections from any of the entities in the county. I have a survey, which is exhibit number 1, the site plan, which is exhibit number 2. And you're Mr. Tucker?
Yes.
Okay, would you be sworn in, please, sir? Sure.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony and evidence you're about to give at this time shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Thank you.
And would you state your name and tell us your address?
My name is Mark Tucker, address 26W070 Pheasant Court, Wheaton, Illinois,
And how long have you lived at this property?
21 years.
Okay, tell me, I understand your request, you're building you propose to build a fence with a 0 setback. So tell me why you can't conform to the
Okay,
required.
sure. I have a prepared presentation. Can I just go ahead and go into that?
Sure.
Okay. So what I'd like to do is start by referencing the last survey. This represents an approved building permit for me to install a fence that will enclose my side yard and my rear yard.
Give me that again.
The fence that
The survey represents an approved,
yeah, it's an approved building permit. I already have a building permit approved for the fence.
okay,
And if you look at the fence, it starts to the left of my garage driveway area. It's 15 feet back and parallel to the public sidewalk. And that continues all the way to the west lot line. Then it goes straight up the west lot line and stops in my northwest corner. The reason it stops is my neighbor to the north has an existing fence. And what I want to do is install the same style of fence. He has a 4-foot-high aluminum matte black ornamental fence. I want to have the same fence style, which will allow me to take advantage of the fence he has. Meaning that all I need to finish my enclosure is to have a very short 9-foot run of fence that starts at the back of my deck and runs straight to my north lot line. The variance paperwork states that I'm asking for, it's kind of a generic statement in that it asks for me to install a new fence with a setback of 0 inches rather than 3 inches, which is code. I think a more detailed and more accurate description of what I'm asking for is that any part of this new fence, if it's next to a lot line, if it's parallel to a lot line, it will have a setback of at least 3 inches per code. With one exception, and that's one post in the northwest corner. That northwest corner, unfortunately, is a major hub for underground cabling. There is not fiber, coax lines there. There are telephone lines there. There's even an electric service that goes through there. And they even show on the side of the survey that there's a couple of above ground utility towers as well. And if you open up those towers, you can see there are at least 24 runs of cabling that initiate in this corner of my property. So it's this massive amount of underground cabling that I think creates for me a unique hardship when it comes time for me to install a fence post in this corner.
and that corner is
It's the northwest corner, correct.
So now, do I understand that you're gonna conform to the 3-inch ordinance
Absolutely.
for the rest of the run?
Absolutely.
So how do I know from the site plan, what portion of your fence will be at the, 0 lot line?
I took out the permit without a variance, because I want the fence. Anyway, and I can't apply for a permit that has my fence going across a lot line, that's not allowed. And so I don't have that indicated
Yeah,
here.
but you're going to 0 in the northwest corner.
Yes,
And then for the greater part of that western section of the lot, your lot line, you're gonna conform to 3 inches.
yeah.
How do I know how many feet from the northwest corner going south, you will require the 0 line?
Okay, it's not on here, because like I
Well, it has to
said,
be.
okay, I couldn't take out a building permit and have it approved by going across that.
Building permit doesn't mean anything.
Okay, I mean, that's what I did, and the paperwork for the permit says it will not be approved.
How far is this utility easement? How far south does that go? 5 feet?
I'm not sure what you're asking me to say.
Well, look. I need to draw a line here
Mhm.
so that if we approve this, it's
Mhm.
gonna be approved in accordance with the site plan.
Okay,
So I need to create a record for relief that shows how many feet from this corner of your lot going south, you will have your fence at 0.
okay, none. There will be no part of that west lot line that will be less than 3
Then
inches.
what are you requesting?
Okay, well, you didn't let me finish, I'm sorry. What I'm wanting to do is extend this west fence as it goes along the entire west lot line, 3-inch setback the entire way. When it comes to the last section of fence on my west property line, I want that I'm asking for that last section of fence to reach across my north lot line and attach to the post of my neighbor.
I can't grant you permission to reach across your lot line.
That's my variance request. I mean, that's why I asked for variance.
So your neighbor has to ask for a variance, not you. Ultimately. Yeah, let's go off the record for clarification of this. Tucker, can we clarify your request now, sir?
Yes, thank you. I didn't understand the definition of your request. What I am doing is there will be a point where I will have a 0 setback, and it will be a single point on my rear lot line, 3 inches from the west lot line, but 0 inches on the north.
And for what length? On the west, 3 inches?
Yes. No, instead of 3 inches, it'll be 0.
I get that part. Here's what I'm trying to determine. You're gonna have, on your west property line,
Mhm.
you're gonna build a fence all the way down the west property line.
Yes,
And it will be 3 inches off your property line.
yes,
Until you get to the very northern tip of your property.
Correct.
And then, in order to connect to the fence post that is on your neighbor's line, which is 3 inches
3 inches, yes.
farther over
Mhm.
west,
Mhm.
you're gonna zigzag or make an angle connection from your fence to his post.
I would, his fence is set back 3 inches from his west lot line as well, so it will be a straight shot all the way down my west lot line.
Why is there any request for relief here? Do you understand what's
I do.
happening? You wanna explain it?
Sure, he is, along the side property line, he's gonna stay 3 inches from the property line. In order for him to go to his rear property line, he's asking for variation from the rear property line 3 inches. So the last 3 inches of the
Oh,
fence will
okay,
be, yes,
okay.
that's it. And he's prepared to revise the site plan accordingly, which we will do after that.
Okay, got it. I understand your request, sir. There's no one here to make comments. So, we'll take the matter under advisement, but you gotta revise the site. plan.
Okay.
What's your schedule?
I'm
When do you
hoping-
propose to start building?
I, already have a quote, but I understand that this review process takes a while. And so I'm looking at mid-August, I think, before I'll actually get an official okay, and then I'll do
Well,
it.
that's what I'm trying to figure out. What's the next development committee?
The 6th of August.
Oh, okay, well, then you've got a little time that we can't. No matter what I do, the development committee won't consider anything until the 6th of August,
Okay.
so you got a little time to get your revised site plan.
Okay,
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Tucker.
okay. Then do I revise the plan now or?
You can, we'll talk. Give us
Yeah,
a call.
you gotta,
Oh, give me your card.
Have you been talking with Jessica?
I don't know. Okay,
We'll reach out to you.
okay.
We'll get in contact.
All right, so I just sit tight at this
We'll get
point?
in contact.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
are you Paul?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you. I may have met you.
here you go.
All right, thank you for your.
Um, I'm calling 24031, the Krug petition, which is a Milton Township case. This matter was continued from an earlier hearing until today, from the June 5th hearing until today's date. The petition requests an additional continuance for various reasons that may relate to his inclination to take this to review. And so we'll continue the matter till September 4 at 2:30 in this room. We have a request for conditional use to increase the total area of detached accessory buildings from permitted 1,200 square feet to approximately 1,440 square feet for a new 48 by 30 detached garage. Secondly, a variation to increase the total height from 15 feet to approximately 25 feet for a new detached garage. Third, variation to reduce the interior side setback from 10 feet to approximately 5 feet for a new detached garage. It's a 0.73 acre lot serviced by well and septic, and the matter was published in the Daily Herald on June 25, 2024. I have no comments from any of the authorities to whom we've submitted the case. I have a survey and a site plan, which are petitioners exhibit number 1 and number 2, and then I've just been presented, I don't know what this is. Is this a narrative or something with photographs? Okay, I'll take that as petitioners exhibit number 3. Would each of you raise your hand and be sworn in?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony and evidence you're about to give at this time shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, yes.
I've said my name so many times today, I don't remember if I identified myself. I'm Bob Carthall, the zoning hearing officer. Now, would each of you identify yourselves?
I'm James Clark, this daughter, Carl.
Okay. James Clark and Carl.
HOKENSON.
And what's your address, Mr. Hokinson?
960 Astor Lane, West Chicago, 60185.
Okay, who's presenting the case?
Yes, I will.
Go right ahead. First of all, just his background, you live at the property?
Yes, sir.
And how long have you lived there?
About 7 acres.
Is there an existing garage that's is obvious from a review of the,
There was,
but there's no longer?
no, because it basically failed and we just basically tore it down.
Okay, fine. What's the date of this, sir? 2017? Was it an attached
No,
garage?
it was detached. And basically, if you look by the one pictures we submitted you, you can see where it was located.
Well, how about, let's with the survey first. The survey doesn't show, in 2017, it doesn't show a detached garage, right?
Should have been on there. That's about the time that we purchased a home.
Yeah. Did somebody do a whiteout job or something here? Not. Oh, well, let's take this as your survey, because it does show the old garage. So I'll take this as survey exhibit 1. And this will be site plan exhibit 2. Old garage is gone, and you propose to build this new garage. Who lives at the house?
Just myself and, I do have a little.
So 2 people live at the house, and you're, how many cars?
There's like, I got an RV that's a, 40-foot one, and then I've got like 4 other vehicles.
Oh, what are you gonna keep in the new garage?
Basically, I want to store my vehicles and my personal items. Stuff I don't really have room for in the house.
Okay, and there's no attached garage. All right. I'm satisfied. We don't need to belabor the points of request number 1, because your request for variation is not dramatically increased. Your setback requirement, it's significant, so you're gonna have to tell me a little bit about why you can't move it over 10 feet or five more feet. But I want to get into some detail about the height request. Before I do that, tell me why you can't, move this garage over 5 more feet.
Well, I'm trying to keep the, part of the yard still for like recreation, like for just a yard itself to sit in and relax. And if I did move that over, it's gonna take up the space. Plus, I am kind of concerned about, it's a septic area, so, or there's septic on the property. I don't want to go any further to that other side.
Do you know where the septic is?
There, it's in the front, and then there is gonna be actual drainage sewer for this garage itself. So I'm trying to put that on print as well. That's what it's showing as far as we're putting in as well.
What do you mean there's gonna be a drainage sewer for the,
There's gonna be like a sewer in for the bathroom for that, just like a small bathroom.
you're gonna have a bathroom in the garage? Why are you gonna have a bathroom in the garage?
Well, it's just gonna be for usage, even for myself. There's not gonna be any shower or anything, just to wash our hands out there and stuff like that. So
Other utilities?
no, sir. I mean, well, I wanna have like a little bit of heat back there as well. Waiting for heat.
I have no idea whether that's permitted.
Okay,
I'm only interested in the
okay, I guess
size and shape.
I understand.
So you're gonna have to determine that.
Okay.
What business are you in?
I'm an engineer with Marriott. House.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
What about the other person that lives there?
I think he works at K&G.
So, okay, so neither one of you have a home business,
No,
and so there's no business to be operated from this
no,
home.
sir, this is just for personal use.
How many square feet is your house or let's say, how many bedrooms are there in your
There's
house?
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom.
Okay. Tell me about the height.
I am behind a Speedway gas station, so I don't believe the height will affect anywhere as far as my neighbors or anything that you could see from the street. The Speedway gas station is about 25 feet high as far as that goes as well. And then I have a neighbor to my rear on the east side that also has a garage that's around 23 feet, 25 feet high.
What do you mean to the rear? Would that be to the
On the
east side?
Yep, the east side.
From this aerial, it looks like an enormous house into your rear that's on
Correct.
maybe 2 or 3 lots. Is that a residence?
Yes, sir.
So for 25 feet, are you gonna have a second story?
Just in the rear part, there's gonna be like a rear tier, a small area of a landing. Or that. Not gonna be the full time.
Okay, why are you gonna heat it?
There's some things in there that I don't wanna, like, some perishable things I'd like to keep in there that I don't wanna get frozen, stuff like that.
Okay. Can we give some help to this petitioner to determine whether there's any septic in the rear? You think the septic's all in the front, which means on Swift Road?
It's, yeah, to the Swift Road side, correct.
Is there any landscaping here or anything? I mean, to the north
To the
of this
north.
proposed garage?
To the north, my neighbor has a fence. There's a fence on the property.
I mean, on your lot.
On my lot, there's some shrubbery, that's about it. And we have taken out a couple trees they had pines that we.
Okay.
Not much foliage here.
All right, well, I understand your request. You have anything else you want to add?
I really don't think it will impact anything as far as the neighborhood wise, other than a positive impact, where, you know, it's not gonna be a blight or an eyesore type of thing.
Well, that's not the entire issue. What does this exhibit 3 tell me?
May I speak, sir?
Sure, certainly.
The first 3 paragraphs deal with the garage being, the new building, proposed building would be on the site of the old one, on the site with the driveway, and one of the reasons for the variance is that if we built on the same, if we built on the same site the old garage was on, then we don't have to really move the driveway, and it would be, the property would be just as it sat in the photos that you have that were off Zillow. They're behind the red paper clip. You can see the property clearly from that's from Swift Road looking to the east. That is a driveway now. It wasn't so much then, but there's a second shot that shows a driveway, and then there's a shot from the north looking toward the south, toward the commercial building. So that's what the first paragraph actually says, is that we wouldn't have to relocate the driveway. We built on the same spot from before. The second paragraph deals with an opening in the garage, which is on the prints that we submitted. It shows an opening for the garage of 16 feet tall by 14 feet wide. The width is okay, but the height.
I don't have those.
Okay. Oh,
Maybe you
Yeah,
submitted
oh,
those to the
no,
building department.
we did submit the plans, yes, sir.
To the building department.
Yes, sir. Yes, we did. That, we surely did. So they came back with this, we need to do a variance, for Jim to be able to put, he has a Pacero camper. And we have to have a little bit of a variance. We don't have to go to 16 or 15 anyway to put that stored off property. One of the main reasons for the size of the building is, in the third paragraph, if I may. Homeowner request variance building size 48 to 30, 1440. The 1440 square feet, or to adequately house all vehicles, including an RV. So standard size is 1,200 square feet, which won't allow basically the number of vehicles. There's you can hear.
Okay, I understand the
Okay,
size.
okay, it's to get the camper, his vehicles in, I don't know if there's 6 or 7 here, but, and then the additional 240, if the building was 1440 square feet, the additional 240 would be to house household items that could be stored there rather than like in the basement where there's not enough room to store 'em.
How tall is the camper?
It's like 12 feet, 12 foot 5 inches tall.
Is this driveway, when were these pictures taken?
Those were taken before the building was built those were built before the commercial building. Those were actually the pictures that the real estate people used for listing Jim's home.
What year?
They'd have to be before 17. Sometime before 2017.
Is the driveway now still a gravel driveway?
Yes, sir.
It's a gravel driveway. Okay. I don't have anything else. Anything else you want to add? Okay, well, we'll give you a decision from this, at this level in the next couple of weeks, and then it'll go to the county development committee and finally the county board. All of that's not gonna happen until August 6th. With the first meeting of the development committee after this is August 6th, okay?
Would you, if I may ask, Jim has pictures on his phone that actually are good pictures. You can see what it looks like now. He couldn't print them, but he can show you on his phone if you just want to see them.
I can't take them in, I can only make decisions on things that are in the
I
record.
got you.
Okay.
Unless you leave your phone, it ain't in the record.
Right, I got you.
Now, you can submit them after the fact. I mean, I can keep this record open for a few days.
Okay.
If you want to copy them and, you know, email them or whatever, however you want to transmit them.
Okay.
What are they gonna tell me?
Well, it's just gonna show you the current, how the property looks currently. You know, what we're trying to
Okay.
do.
All right, thank you very much.